the Library Building Committee. If any
There you
persons
go.
present are recording the meeting, you must notify the co-chair at this time. And I did hear from Dawn Marin that she is recording our meeting. Oh, there's something in the chat? Yeah, okay. All right, Lisa, would you like to call the roll, please?
Ed Berlin,
Here.
Ellen Boyer. Here. Carol Collins.
Here.
Ann Dillon. You're muted, Ann.
Here.
Amy Moscratolo.
Okay. Here.
Jean Wall.
Here.
This. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
We have a quorum.
We have
Okay.
6
May or
voting
may
members
not want
here.
to share.
I'm not going to. No.
We have 6 voting members here.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Could I have a motion to approve the minutes from the December 1st meeting?
So moved.
That's Amy, second. Ann, any discussion? So, of course, I have something. On page 2, towards the bottom, there's a bullet that says, what line item in the budget is the artwork being paid out of? And the answer is FF&E. And then there's an additional sentence that no F&E purchases are covered by the grant, but rather through the bond. So art will be paid with taxpayer money. I was privy to some emails back and forth after our last meeting, and there seems to be a disagreement about that aspect of it. And I would just suggest that we just leave out the last part of, just say, what line item in the budget is the artwork being paid out of? And the answer is FF&E. And I suggest we delete the remainder of that part there, because it's not 100% clear to me that it's accurate.
Can you
Any
email
comment?
me? Can you email me that after the vote, Ed?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Any further comment? All right. All in favor with that amendment, please raise your, well, I think we really need a roll call. Lisa?
Ed Berlin,
Yes.
Ellen Boyer,
Yes.
Carol Collins,
Yes.
Ann Dillon,
Yes.
Amy Moscratolo,
Yes.
Jean Wall.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, everyone. Old business, an update from Phil, who's not here. Not here. Update from Dan. I understand that Dan couldn't make it, but we have a very worthy replacement for him. Mike, do you have something to report to us?
Everything's going great. Simple as that.
Great. Any questions?
It looks great. I mean, the siding, the cementatious panels going up on the side of the building are beautiful. I was sitting in the bank parking lot looking at them, and they just complement the old building so beautifully, and it just all ties together so nicely.
Look even better when they return the window jambs with the red.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty stunning.
Well, everyone I speak to has nothing but positive comments about the library. Everybody seems really, really excited, and they like what they've seen so far. So, great. Anything else?
I just had, but are there any supply chain issues? I know they were pending the last meeting.
Is that a question towards me?
Yeah. Yeah.
There's always some sort of glitch in supply, but it's not going to be a problem.
Nothing that's going to affect the schedule.
No.
Awesome.
Great. All right. Doug, do you have a question?
Yeah, it was last brought up at the last meeting that it was around 60% complete. Was there, is there any change from that?
My memory was the last meeting we were up to 80% complete, but Mike should know obviously more than me.
Voice and
Okay.
shows.
No, the 80%, 85% is correct.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Great.
I
Any other
misheard.
questions or comments? Mike, you're off the hook. New business, can we get a motion to approve the payment of $471,318.36 to D.A. Sullivan?
So moved.
Second,
All right. Any questions, comments? I'm looking for Fern, but she's not here. Anybody else?
I was channeling my inner Fern as I was looking at the invoice today and seeing 100%, 100%, 100%, 100%.
Yeah, this is,
Thinking of her. Good to see.
Cool. Anybody? All right, let's have a vote. Lisa?
Ed Berlin,
Yes.
Ellen Boyer,
Yes.
Carol Collins,
Yes.
Ann Dillon,
Yes,
Amy Moscatolo,
Yes.
Jean Wall.
Yes.
Okay, passes. Anything else? Carol?
I did have a question. I looked on the calendar or the city's website and saw that the RFQP for the artists for the library is due next week and that there was a site visit. And I can't tell, but I think that's Laura in there. Were there a lot of, I would just love any kind of status update on how many people showed up for the walkthrough, site visit, whatever it's called, and if there's been a lot of interest. Or
Looks like 3 people showed up for the site visit. I have many questions that I'm going through right now from all kinds of different people that were not able to go to the site visit. I had one person ask if there was a second site visit, which I'll answer them and let them know no. But there does seem to be some interest. And then also today, Christy, our rec director, mentioned that she had a list of other artists that she was going to forward our RFQP to see if there's any interest there, mostly painters and sculptors. So
Good.
Great.
we'll see.
Thank
I
you.
did have a request, a question asking if we were planning to extend the date for from the 12th, next Thursday, out any. I said no initially, so is that still how everybody feels?
I'd like to hear, Carol?
well, I would say that I was a little surprised that it was so soon, given that the holidays just ended, and I kind of think that it might limit some people who would otherwise apply. So I'm always a fan of extending deadlines versus not getting responses and having to reissue.
Mike,
Thoughts?
I'm sorry.
yes.
Who was about to speak? Mike? do you
I
have
think
any-
I wouldn't be a bad idea if they want to have another walkthrough. The more artists that take a look at it, the better competition would be.
Do you mind?
But if we do that, then we'd have to extend the 12th.
Absolutely.
And I mean, she'll call, the committee's call in regards to what they want to do. Did we give them a time frame in regards to supplying this artwork?
I believe there's a date in the
RFQ, there's a
yes, we
date.
needed it by the time we opened, kind of thing. It was
Okay.
soft. We only gave them 4 weeks to respond, so potentially giving an additional 2 weeks with a second site visit would be possible, but whatever the committee would like.
I don't think it's a bad idea.
Yeah.
Is there any reason not to do that?
I can't think of anything.
I don't know, is Laura, the person who's been speaking, is that Laura?
Yes, it
No,
is.
Is will there be any problem in terms of notification and stuff if you extend it? No?
As long as I get it out by Monday, there'll be an addendum. I can email everybody who I have email addresses for and extend it. I can work with whoever is willing to host a tour.
I can walk him through. That's not a problem.
Right, I'll work out with you when a good time is and I can call you tomorrow. Okay.
Laura, would you
Fantastic.
like, would you like a formal vote from the committee for that extension?
Sure.
All right, anybody would like to make that motion?
I will move that we extend it's the submission date, right?
Yes, to
Yeah.
to January 26th, Thursday.
Yeah, so I move that we extend the submission date regarding the art RFQ to Thursday, January 20, you said 27th?
26th.
26th, sorry.
And would you mind adding that we also schedule an additional walkthrough?
And that an additional walkthrough is scheduled to be coordinated with Mike.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Is there a second? And
And
any discussion? All in favor, roll call, please.
Hold on, still typing. Okay. Ed Berlin,
Yes.
Ellen Boyer,
yes.
Carol Collins,
Yes.
Ann Dillon,
Yes.
Amy Muscartolo,
Yes.
Jean Wall.
I should say.
Yes, and I have a question. Have you got a committee put together to review the art?
Jean, this is Laura. I am working on that currently.
Are you still looking for somebody from the schools?
No, actually, Christine and Karen are helping me with that.
Okay.
Okay, any other
Don't get
questions?
it involved.
When you say Christine and Karen, who is that?
Oh, DeBarge and Patno. So the
Superintendent and
The high school principal.
Well, she's not the high school
Oh.
principal
she's
anymore.
the
She's the
assistant
assistant.
Oh, okay.
superintendent.
Yeah.
So
And I don't recall, will there be any artists on this committee that does the review?
there will be a person from the public, yes. And we are still working on confirming that.
Got it. Okay. Any other questions or comments? Amy, do you have another motion
Do I have another motion to
to
adjourn?
adjourn?
Oh. Okay. I know, it's Amy's motion. I move that we adjourn.
Is there a second?
Second.
And
Thanks.
all in favor?
Boy, you confused me with that one.
Carol, did you have a question before we end?
I was trying to get us out of here.
Okay, all right. Please, Lisa, roll call.
Ed Berlin,
Yes.
Boyer,
Yes.
Carol Collins,
Yes.
and Ann Dillon,
Yes.
Amy Muscartolo. Jean Wall. Jean,
yes, yes.
motion passes.
We're adjourned. Thank you, everyone.
Nice job.
Okay, nice to see you all.
It is
Thanks, everybody.
1:17. I think we may have set a record. Thanks, everybody. Hey,